Awesome. Now, with you saying a couple members have moved off to Ontario and stuff like that, what other obstacles have you had to overcome to get to where you are today?
Oh, I mean, that's been a huge one. Both Eric and Anthony have moved out to they're living in Ontario currently for the last couple of years, and that's a major game changer in the organization things. I mean, like we've learned to work with it. You know, we've learned to write and record separately and work together online using the convenience of technology. Yeah. When they come down, when Nachtterror has a show, we're not playing a show, we're playing a show here, and we're booking Saskatoon, and we're going into studio to record wherever we can, and if we can shoot a music video in that week, we are doing that as well. You know, we try to hit as many media pockets as we can and make every trip valuable. So that's been trying, but it's been good. I mean, it's you learn, you evolve, and, you know, we've been doing this for, like I said, 8 to 10 years, so you can be frustrated as hell at the idea that you don't have that jam every week like you want, but I know that if I write something, when Eric gets here, he's got his parts perfect, and we're gonna blast through it, and it's gonna be that feeling again. So
nice.
Yeah.
All right. What would be one of the most memorable shows or moments you guys had with your history of Nachtterror?
You feel this one?
Playing the zoo for the first time in Winnipeg was awesome with Psychotic Gardening. Just deadly venue. I don't know, really, really cool feel to the place. I really liked our first show with Psychotic Gardening from Winnipeg, who, if you haven't heard of them, check them out because they're phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Another awesome prairie doom metal band. Yeah. Our first show in Prince Albert on New Year's Eve with them was sort of a game changer for us.
Yeah.
As a band, so that was a really, really cool one. You know, making that contact with that band, becoming friends with them.
Yeah, well, I mean, like we walked into the Union Center in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. It was, that would have been 07, 08 New Year's. Yeah. So we walked in, and Psychotic Gardening, who we had heard of but never heard of, headlined the show that night, and we played our set, and they played theirs, and you know, we came on stage and we had the fog and the lighting and whatever else, and we were playing slower, heavier stuff, and then they went up and did the same thing, but with 10 years of veteran experience over us, and fucking stole the shit.
Blew us away. And
they were amazing. It was because it was the first time we'd seen in a live capacity someone else that was doing what we were doing. Because at the time there wasn't a lot of doom going on in Saskatchewan. Like, it wasn't a thing yet. Yeah. Even black metal was still kind of making its way to becoming a dominant thing here. So to see that was a huge, not only eye opener, but also turns out the guitarist in the band, Chuck Lavoisier, is related to me, and like we have been brothers basically with that entire band ever since. Played a lot of shows together, hanging out whenever we're in each other's towns. Like definitely a mentor kind of situation. They definitely have opened a lot of doors for us. So.
Awesome. Now, I've seen you done a lot of work with Altars of Grief, with playing shows, recording tracks, and everything like that. What other collaborations have you done, and what was it like?
Collaborations, okay. Due to Nachtterror's status of kind of being multi-provincial, we haven't had a lot of opportunity to work with other bands. I mean, we've played a lot of shows, we've done some small tours and that kind of thing. What's nice about the project is that, I play in Altars as well, and before that I played in Desecrate Scripture when that was active, and then Ty, our drummer, also plays Unless We Fail. Okay. So we get the opportunity to kind of individually work in a lot of different aspects, but actually this 10-inch vinyl that we're putting out with Altars is really the first time we've recorded in a very professional studio setting with Justin Bender, who's the best sound guy and the best sound engineer in the province. And
easily, hands down.
Yeah, easily. And this is technically our first collaboration. I mean, this is really cool because Altars of Grief is another band that definitely plays off the concept album style. Yeah. They're definitely telling a story with their music, and I guess I should say with our music, I suppose. So, as far as collaboration goes, this is kind of that. This is the first jaunt. Like we're doing this vinyl with them, and then actually we're doing a 4-day tour through Alberta, and Saskatchewan in July, and playing some shows with them as well there. So that'll be cool. Nachtterror hasn't had a lot of opportunity to tour as of yet, so this is kind of the first time we hit Alberta, so that'll be a great experience. But yeah, no, I love working with other artists. Yeah. I love collaborating. I mean, I've never been a one band guy anyway. Like when I was doing Nachtterror, I started Desecrate Scripture. When I was doing Desecrate Scripture and Nachtterror was on the back burner, I got involved with Altars of Grief. Yeah. I feel like if you are someone who who has a sound that can't be confined by one genre, or you want just as a musician to experiment and evolve, you need to go out and seek other bands and seek other opportunities. That's the best way to kind of expand your ability to play and your ability to create what you want to. So, it's going to be a lot of fun real quick here to start working with Alters on a more serious level.
Yeah, and now that you got the 10-inch vinyl coming out with Alters, would you do that again in a heartbeat?
Oh, goddamn right. All joking aside, it's way fucking cheaper.
Yeah.
Like, splitting that shit up makes it way easier. And two, I mean, what I love most about the Nachtterror Alter split here is that, we are an older scene band.
Yeah.
We kind of have an older audience, and Alters is a young and up-and-coming band, so they have a younger audience. So what's really nice about the split is that not only sonically, because we're different, do you get people hearing both bands who wouldn't necessarily listen to them individually, but just from an age demographic and from that kind of thing, the fans we made in Winnipeg, 6 years ago, are going to get now the opportunity to go, oh, about this, oh, who's this, and now Alters gets propped. So it's exactly what I love about metal. It's that community, We put out this album, and now both bands are getting positive feedback and getting positive growth out of it. So I love doing it. If I could do all splits, I would.